Hello everybody and welcome for a new launch. Maybe it doesn't work. Okay, this episode is going to be very interesting. It's my favorite one of them all, so snap fingers, this will be very good. Don't look at the posters, it's normal, it's made for that, it's meant to jiggle like this. So this is directly into Earth orbit, because I don't want you to waste your time, and boom, we are in moon orbit. So this was a moon station. So yes, my episodes are going to be very dense and with a lot of interesting stuff happening here, just because I had enough to make episodes with nothing happening, so I played a little bit more and with a little bit more complicated things, and I told myself, just let's make this interesting to watch. So when I enabled some stuff in my montage software like DaVinci and other, and I told me let's make something great. So as you can see, we can see the mineral concentration of the moon. It's if I want to make a fueling station around the moon, like Europe, and it's not Europe, it's the word mean to made with not it's moon orbital station. I don't remember the name. It's Gateway Station, I think. That will be in 2030. So this is the rover. Rover for what? It's not for moon because it's too complex and too expensive. $30,000 for moon rover. You are you kidding me? It will not be for moon. It's for Eve or Eve. I don't think. I think it's Eve in English. It sounds more beautiful. So it has parachutes and other because Eve had a huge atmosphere, like 150 times the Kerbin atmosphere, so it will break us a lot. So I tested the rover a little bit on the ground, so it drives pretty well, pretty fast, so it's better. Obviously 9 meters per second, it's not that fast, but for you, I just sped up a little bit the video. I was testing all the science material and I just don't watch for that. But happily we can recover it. So there's a launch with 4 boosters and I wasn't like paying attention to it, but they are all like not throttleable, but at least we can direct the rocket with that. We can set the head. I don't have the word for rocketry science. We can point prograde with that. At least it's the word. And what was going on great with that is that I have decouplers and the little things that push the boosters out of my way. It's the first and last time I will use that, honestly, I think, because it's too complex to put to just looks great because it worked every time I just blew this thing up, so it's a little bit messy, the turning on back engine, but I have a lot of delta V in that, so it will stay in orbit, like all the other things that I threw in orbit. But for the next episode, I will recover all the things that I can recover. My goal is to let all the debris in space, if I cannot recover them with the motor, because I want to see what a real orbit will look like after a lot of launches. But when I have a motor on it in the next episode, I will get it back to Kerbin, or at least back to moon surface to explode. So if you love explosions and American style things, you can watch the next episode. It will be full of big, big explosions and things like that. It feels strange to talk alone when you are making YouTube videos. Honestly, I don't like this sensation. I know that for some of my videos there is 100 views. It's huge for me. It's it's not huge for big YouTubers, but for me it's huge. It's like 100 and some people just listening to me talking alone. It's strange. I'm talking alone but with people. So I think this is the reason why I missed Eve encounters, not because I'm talking alone, but because if you can just look at this, I will escape Kerbin gravity in like 4 days, the time the maneuver acts, but I need to escape it like right now if I want to be correct. So there's a little problem, but doesn't care. So a little moon gravity assist, as usual. I don't think it's useful at all, but it's funny to do, so let me introduce the moon. Goodbye. So we can see Kirby in the moon. It will be the last time you will see them with that mission, because obviously they will not be, never be in this rover visual. I think in the point of view of this rover, you will not see them at any time because this is a rover and that's meant to be landing on another planet, and I'm not like more simple return mission. I don't have the money for that, so it will stay on that planet. So let's just make a nice circular, I don't have the word right, but doesn't care, around this planet. I needed to try, I think it was 2 or 3 times, um, 2 or 3 different tries to land right. I just cut them all except the good one, just because I landed on water. A rover with wheels isn't meant to be on water like. I will make a car, perfect car at 300,000 millions dollars to float on the water of an alien planet. It's not meant for that, and it's money wasted for nothing. So let's just make it nice, not this low into the atmosphere, because if I do that I will just burn. It's there's no word for that, it's just burning and exploding. I need to go to the periapsis back because I will try to use as much fuel as I can to just be as slow as I can. I could just get back into the atmosphere with that, I will not explode, but I want to be very safe. Like with the cost of this mission, it's like $150,000. It's not expensive for a real world thing, but for a Kerbal thing, it's very expensive. I get to reduce the cost of my rockets in general because I'm most fuel efficient. I can make tutorials on that if you want, but you need to tell that to me in the comments because I don't know if you want me to make tutorials on that game, because you can already find them on YouTube. But if I make tutorials, it will be short videos because tutorials are not meant to be long to watch. It will be too annoying, so I need to make very short tutorials, like 5 minutes, to explain you how to get on Eve with very secure fuel reserves and other. It will not be like the 30 minutes of videos of Matlone that will explain you all in details, but it will be too long. For me it will just be, you have to put a motor, fuel reserves, a rover, and snap fingers. You're on Eve. No, I'm joking. It's a tutorial, so I will not cut all. Obviously I will try to let all the footages because you need to see what will happen. So I will stop deblatering, it's a French word, doesn't care, about everything because we are burning. So decoupling this, we have the heat shield, and as you can see with the atmosphere we have breakdown at the speed that will encounter at like 1 kilometers above the ground on Kerbin, but here we are at 40 kilometers. So little edition mode, and boom, we deployed parachutes. So landing on night, it's not the best thing, but I needed to land on that place, so night wasn't a problem, and boom, we are right. So we can control all of that. We have 4 solar panels that are every time deployed. It's an emergency case because I lost some rockets because I just forgot to turn on the solar panels. So those ones are here, like if you forget to open the other ones, it will not just lock the whole mission. So we have those emergency solar panels, two solar panels grid, some batteries, some wheels, some science mission. It's a normal rover, it's very maneuverable. You can take the design if you want. It's not my design. I designed it by myself, but I don't put copyrights on it. If you make a video or just a post on the social media with my design, you can just send it to me. I will be very proud of inspiring some people, but I think no one on the world will make the same design than me. But it's working great. It's very thin. I designed it to be the I don't have the word for that when it doesn't weight a lot. It's very light design. It's less than 2 tons, I think. So yes, I was just trying to observe the rock with my arm to make some science experiments, but obviously it's just a decoration rock, so it doesn't work. I need to explore all the planet manually by just wandering on that. I don't have the time for that, so we will end on the beautiful footage of the rover. The antenna is useful because the orbital rocket will make you just communicating with a little sound, with a little probe you have in it, but it doesn't work when the orbital probe is at the other part of the planet, when it's hide from you. So you need to have this antenna when it's not here to relay the signal. Like this, you are sure that your signal is at approximately 90% every time. And don't warp time more than 2 times the normal time, because if you do that, the tires will explode and lock your ship. So on that, thank you for watching. You can consider subscribing, it will help me a lot. And see you for the next video. So I remember you, there's Subnautica on Mondays, 3D on another day, and Kerbal Space Program. Thank you.